Back when Gerardo was just a wee lad.
Yeah, wee lass.
I'm at the potato farm.
All the potatoes are gone.
Damn it.
Now I'm a mud farmer.
But still all the mud.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Hello, everybody. This is Clueless Company, episode 8, I believe. And I'm Chris.
I'm Steven.
I'm Gerardo.
Man,
This one's delayed now.
Yeah, the last one was fast.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we never really got the one ahead that I wanted to. For, like, posting and stuff. And we had that little break when I was hanging out with Bella.
right.
It's like I wanted to get one ahead, and we never really did. Because we just ended up talking about what changes we were going to make. Which hopefully you'll see some. There's a camera in here right now, and probably no one listening to this will see for this first episode. But hopefully next episode is video.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be crazy.
We really are.
Yeah.
For sure.
Even though, I mean, really just friends watch this right now anyways, but...
Do they even watch it?
No.
Do they even know who we look like?
I'm
Or what we look like?
99% sure no one's finished an episode.
Yeah.
Today could be the day.
Baker
Or
blames
this
it on
video.
his internet, so.
Yeah, you know. I'm sure that's what...
The common.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a new podcast. Who
Yeah.
the hell's gonna sit there and watch it? So sure, it sounds like crap, like it did for the first, especially the first like 4 or 5. It did not sound great.
No.
I mean, it's a slow game. You know, part of this podcast is a growing experience for the watcher and the listener as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's big YouTubers that don't see views for their first like 3 years, and then all of a sudden they blow up.
Hit that fan.
Turn off that fan, Gerardo.
Turn off that
I
fan.
gotta do it.
Hopefully, our viewers are hearing it now anyway. So this made my job easier in a second. But
Do I press?
the bottom mish button. Yeah. What did you guys do? You guys done anything this past week?
I went mini golfing with a couple friends.
That's right. Yeah, we just went. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Me too. Where did you guys go?
There's some crazy place called Camelot.
Oh my god, we were there too.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, that was fun for that first course.
Yeah, because it was empty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
relatively at least. Although you
Like,
got
we
your
kinda
ball
just-
stuck.
Yeah,
You
but
never-
we went like straight through, other than losing a couple balls. But
You know, we never managed to find the first course.
That's true. We never found course 1.
it was just at the end.
Yeah,
Well,
we didn't want to walk that far.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, it was already too busy. It was time to get pizza.
and beer.
Yeah, whatever. You guys only
In
got
your
like
case, you
I
got
just got a Coke.
yeah,
Coke.
man, yeah. You guys also only got like 1 beer each. I was the only one who got like 2 beers. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I didn't want to go back in. The line was taking long.
That was a short when Chris went back in.
Oh yeah.
At that point, I was like,
I mean, really, I waited for like 20 minutes after I finished my beer to get to wait for that really short line, but that place was cool, admittedly. I don't know. If I was single running around, I'd probably actually go to that place a lot more often. So it's kind of like an outdoorsy one where you can meet people,
Yeah,
which we don't have a lot of those around here.
yeah.
So I don't know. Because you guys, I mean, you hit up bars sometimes after work with friends. Are the bars
well,
you
usually we drink outside of work.
Oh, you're literally just drinking outside work.
Like literally right outside the gate.
Oh, okay, got you. So you guys, okay, so you're just
Yeah.
chilling there. Yeah. See, I don't know. I don't know a lot of the bars in the area, I guess. And the only one, like, if they're bigger, they have to be a brewery, kind of like that one was. Although that brewery was really fucking tiny, to be fair.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
indoor
it
area
was.
where you order drinks only had place for like 2 cashiers, or like 2 people for like to
Yeah.
order drinks, basically 2 bartenders, but they were also your cashiers. Because they didn't, that was a weird system. It didn't feel like a normal bartender taking my order. It felt like I was walking up to like a place to like order food.
Yeah.
You know, like a normal, a normal little front desk thing.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel like a bar, which is really odd. And some of the drinks they end up having to go around the corner to grab.
Oh,
And-
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And some were just in cans. I was very confused what was going to come sometimes when I was ordering. Because they didn't have like their beer list when they had it. It didn't say like on draft or whatever. It just said like local,
yeah.
European, or like it just had other things. It was just,
I mean, they had a big spot, like the back area where the restaurant were. It was their like entire warehouse.
oh yeah.
So like they have a big lot. It's just the
Right,
actual
actually.
bar area was small.
Yeah.
Got you. That was fun though. I mean, I like breweries and wineries and stuff. I kind of like going there and relaxing.
Yeah, just chilling. Hard to find seats, you know.
Yes. I mean, we didn't even really find seats. We found a standing, like
Yeah.
a standing table.
Oh, the table was.
I saw there was more seating inside, like past the registers. You know.
Oh yeah. I mentioned that to Josh actually when he came in there with me. I was like, oh, why are people like clearing out the back? He's like, oh, there's a bit more sheeting over there.
Yeah.
I was like, well, we didn't check that if there were spots.
Yeah. It was too late. It was whatever.
Yeah, we'd already found a table, but yeah. And you guys got a fucking pizza.
Yep. It was pretty good for what it was. It was fresh as hell.
I mean, maybe want it. I wasn't gonna have any at the beginning, and you guys were all like Venmoing Albert, and I was like, I'm not really that hungry. Like you and I had just eaten beforehand, anyways.
Yeah,
and
I had only one slice.
Yeah, and so I was like, I
didn't even finish my slice.
Who ate all the pizza?
Albert had like 3, I think.
Yeah,
I
Albert.
feel like Josh had to have had one. She kept asking about it.
He only had 1 slice.
Damn.
Yeah, Albert had like 3, I think.
All right, I mean that's good. Did he pay or? Right. Yeah,
I don't know.
Thought he did.
No, Albert's the one who paid for it.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I was like, I Venmoed him. I hope he paid.
Yeah.
I Venmoed.
I Venmoed him, $5, which would be the slice or the price for 1 slice anyway. So.
Yeah, I just split the cost because I asked what it was, and it was like $22. It was $27.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, and so I just divided it by the 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I Venmoed Josh.
For the
For
golf.
the
Yeah.
golf.
Yeah, that was also confusing when we walked up. And they had Josh, you had already,
It was like
you guys
60
already had
Yeah,
him.
it was $60 for everything.
We were waiting, just sitting there for you guys, then you just fucking walked in without us.
Yeah. I was watching the cars come in too, and I never saw you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, we thought you guys were already just waiting out there.
No, we were chilling in the
No,
parking
Albert
lot area.
parked near us, and we were just chilling.
Yeah. He just hopped in our car and then we just relaxed in there. It was fun. I like that we're doing these weekly things. I feel like more people need to do shit like this.
I want to go karting.
It's expensive though. It's like $20 for 1 race.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Okay.
Boomers
Really?
it is.
At K1, put
How much
K1,
K1
it's
is it?
20 per
Oh,
race.
okay, yeah, boomers it is. Yeah.
I wouldn't know because I got it in for free that one time.
Yeah, I've never gone go-karting at Boomers or... I've gone to K1. That was a long time ago.
Oh, you weren't there when I lost like my boomers card like 8 times. Were you there for that?
I don't think so.
Oh, it had to have just been Albert and Josh then. But yeah, I don't know what it was. I had just been misplacing it, dropping it out of my pocket, whatever it was, because you had to have your little card that you paid for like the level of boomers activities, so you could actually go to go-kart, and it's like the top one. And I kept doing that, and I would walk out, I would pay for it, walk out to the area, and I would just not have it. And I would lose my little boomers card that let me get to the arcade and do a little fun like mini golf and do all this stuff. And I was like, okay. And I'd walk back and I bought it out, and I'd come out and it wouldn't be there again. I'd be like, and it happened like 3 or 4 times the goddamn row. It was just like I didn't know what happened. I don't know. I was like 12 and drunk apparently.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, the boomers isn't really as worth it. At least the place we went to was good.
Yeah.
But because it was good, it was also packed. And then that made it really shitty because there were people who didn't know how to fucking walk.
Yeah.
They were actually tallying up a score.
Oh yeah, I mean, and so were all the people in front. There was the one standing directly in front of us, and they were tallying stuff and going through really slow. And then there was another group, like two to 3 groups in front of us, but still on our like golf course path, and they were tallying it up for every swing they did. And it was this, God, it's like an old Karen White family. It seemed like it was ridiculous.
It's mini golf. Why you gotta be counting?
We didn't even keep track.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I
We
just
just
wanted to go through the
stopped.
courses, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just kind of weird. Came with a random question, and I feel like all podcasts have these. So, what would be your first question if you were president for a day? You get to like ask the government people something. It's like, people are always like, oh, would you ask like aliens or some shit?
Yeah, this is a big one.
Like, what would you do if you're president? What would you ask? What would you do? First thing, you wake up and you're the president.
It'd be really good.
Probably about... It'd probably be
Is
about
that the
like,
one you want to ask?
No, just
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You believe or don't believe me. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to educate.
I don't know, probably ask like about what's the most advanced technology we have that's not available to the public.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Like, you're not even asking the alien, just like, what do we have secretly that
Yeah.
like we don't know? Like, do we have hover like cars? Like, could you do that? And you're just
Yeah.
not releasing it because it would cause a million crashes.
Yeah.
Speaking of crash, I found out a little history thing, 9/11 recently. It was a tragic event, but it was a little history thing, and it was one of those weird ones that we had problems with skyscrapers and planes before. The Empire State Building was hit by like an old propeller plane in a really foggy day. And that's why, like, all the taller buildings now have the lights everywhere. It's not just because they were worried about it, it's because it happened. Like, someone literally hit the Empire State Building with a small little propeller plane, not on purpose, and it didn't do much damage, so it wasn't going that fast. I don't know if the guy even lived or not, but it just, like, crashed into it. And at that point, they're like, oh, we should really change and make some adjustments to these. And then it just didn't happen. And they ended up changing how, like, skyscrapers were built to make them kind of cheaper and, you know, hollow kind of structures with just like a center beam in the middle, almost that got ruined when the 9/11 happened. That was tragic. But yeah, I did see that, and that was interesting. It was like a fact I never knew. Yeah, like a plane, because it was foggy out, and back in the day hit the Empire State Building. And I was like, okay, great, we're awesome here. We're destroying our own shit. Like, could you imagine if someone hit a plane into the Eiffel Tower in France? You'd be like, what the fuck?
That would be insane.
Like, this is our monument here. It's the tallest thing around. Like, it's like, if anything, you should always be flying taller than that, you would assume.
Yeah.
It's like, just if it's foggy out and you can't see, I feel like you should just know what the tallest building height is, and you should just go to that elevation.
Yeah.
Just get above it.
Wait, was it while they were landing, or was it just flying?
No, they didn't read too much into it of like if it was an advertising plane, like just like, cause it was a propeller still moving one, so it might have been trying to advertise. The rest they just didn't know where they were and they kind of lost track. I really don't know, but yeah, there were pictures of it. It's just fucking like a hole in the wall, kind of the size of this room. Like, I don't know, was that like 20 feet or something? Like just hit it and like crushed in and then dented. It was like in the middle of someone's room or a building, clearly underneath the top-ish.
Nah, bro, it was King Kong.
It was the cover-up.
It was a cover-up.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, aliens is always a great question. I feel like I would really want to ask, like, how many times have we been like a button away from war?
Yeah.
So there has to have been a crap ton of times. Like, there was a time, like, I can't remember who it was. If it was a Super Bowl like player, if it was the coach. I think only players get the rings, though, right? Yeah, I don't know if they do. But one went to travel to Russia, and he got to see Putin, and Putin shook his hand, and slid the ring off, and was like, "This looks really nice," and put it on, and just walked away. And then he got the person ended up hitting news later after like confidential agreements were met or whatever, and like had long lasted. And it came out that the U.S. government had called him after because he was kind of harassing the Russian government after, like, I want my fucking ring back. What's going on? And the U.S. government called him going, we think it'd be in the best interest of Western and Russian relations if you just, it was a gift.
Let it go.
Yeah, like let the ring go. And it's like, and apparently he didn't get it until like 20 years later, where it was like gifted back to him from the Russian state. It's like, it's like, I love the brass on fucking, like, I mean, I don't, he's an asshole, like Putin and everything. But it's like, the brass it takes just to sit there to someone who has a Super Bowl ring and be like, this is a really nice ring, this is my ring now. Like, does not care. It's like, oh my god, I guess you're in this country, what are you gonna do?
I want to have that kind of power.
I don't ever want
It's
that.
mine now.
God, I don't ever want that power. I feel like I'd just turn the most evil fucker person in the world.
That's me.
That's a me.
That's a me.
Man, that's what Mario. See, that's what happens. You're the most powerful person. You're just jumping on heads all day.
Yep. It's tripping on shrooms and
Throwing fireballs over your hand.
yep.
Eating pasta.
Or turning into a little raccoon.
I actually bought. Do you guys ever watch the old Mario cartoons? They're kind of before our
Oh
time.
god. I know them, I just never watched them.
So it kind of cuts between like real life and cartoon. It's like they normally start intro and end in real life, and it's like some Italian dude, and the cartoons are decent, but it looks so funny, the actors when they're doing the real life bits. Yeah, and they have Luigi, who's this like 7-foot dude, super skinny, who's always getting shit on. It's such funny. I bought those DVDs actually recently. It's like I couldn't get that show out of my head. It's like I used to really like watching that.
Wait, so if Luigi's like 7 feet, then how tall is Waluigi?
Oh, I mean, he's never
just as tall, right? Or is he
Waluigi's taller.
Waluigi's taller. I think he's like just as tall when you see him, like but barely taller. But he's like crouched all the time. His legs are bent and stuff. Like he's never standing straight. I feel like if he stood straight, he'd have to be like 9 feet.
Yeah.
And shit. Like, he'd have to be huge. Yeah, he'd have to be the tallest person alive.
Jesus.
I wonder how tall is the tallest person alive? What guess do you have? Yeah, look at it. Let's say a guess. What guess do you have? Tallest person alive. I don't even know basketball.
Say
7'5".
7'5".
I want to say 7'9".
How tall are basketball people?
I mean, Yao Ming was the tallest, right?
I think so.
All right, I'm gonna balls to wall. You guys went. I'm gonna 8-4.
8'4".
So I don't know. Maybe I mean like sometimes when you get to that point, it's not because it's like oh he happened to be tall. It's like a mutation and he got really really tall.
Yeah.
Okay. So
13 feet.
yeah, according to Guinness, the guy's name is Robert Wadlow. He measures 8 feet 11.1 inches.
He's like 9 feet.
Well, he's Waluigi.
He's
Waluigi.
Waluigi. I'm sure he was a big dude.
Yeah, he died.
That's like
40s,
Hagrid.
1940.
1940s.
1940. Oh, so this is a while ago.
Yeah. Well, he holds the record.
Yeah,
for the
still.
tallest person.
Man. Imagine thinking like you're tall and you're like, I'm the tallest person right now, people are giving me these awards and everything, and it's like, oh cool, there'll be someone taller than me at some point, and then cut to like 80 years later. It's like,
Yeah.
there's still no one taller than you.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that's like, I mean, they have characters, right? Like Hagrid for Harry Potter, or actually we were talking about Big Fish the other day, it's a good movie to watch. There's like the giant in Big Fish, who's also like super tall. That happens every now and then.
Fucking
The lights.
paranormal activity
Yeah.
in this bitch.
Sometimes I'm like, was that my eye dying? But no, it's just the lights. I'm blind! We'll see. What if that didn't show up on camera? It's so fast normally. But so you literally just watched the What If, like on your phone, and that was the zombie one.
Yes.
So how? Did you guys like it? What did you guys think of it?
I thought it was pretty funny.
Like, I thought the premise was cool, but
Yeah.
some of the shit that happened was kind of dumb. Like the whole vision thing was kind of dumb.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess there's spoilers for it probably for the next 5 minutes if anyone really cares. But where he, yeah, I think we talked about this. We just didn't understand. He's like, everything I've done is logical, and then the one person he takes to keep feeding Wanda is like the president and leader of the one country that could probably cure Wanda.
Yeah, because they're more technologically advanced.
Yeah, and that's why they go there at the end. And then
he kills himself.
yeah, and so I don't. Yeah, and he kills himself. What
Yeah.
the hell is the point of that?
He could just fly himself there, not worrying about zombies at all.
And like he was like, I can't leave Wanda. Wanda comes out, right, and is like, oh, like, and gets all mad that he's dead. Like, why couldn't he just like subdue her or something?
Yeah.
Like, he is one of like the most, like, I understand she is the most powerful, but probably not yet or something. We don't know the timeline they're in.
Yeah.
But like, you know, he's also incredibly fucking powerful.
He's a literal Infinity Stone.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
he can phase.
yeah, and have other stuff phase, can't he?
Yeah.
Like,
So-
I feel like that would have been helpful for their fucking plane when they were trying to get out, and they
Yeah.
had Wasp almost swatted out of the sky.
And his fucking laser beams
Yeah.
fucking shit on his head.
Yeah, I just didn't necessarily understand why he just ended it. Where it was just like, oh yeah, I can't leave her. It's like, so it's like he doesn't believe in like religion or anything. He's like this AI.
Yeah.
So it's like he left her. He died. He's gone.
And also another thing is, right, like how all the zombies were avoiding the perimeter because he had the Mind Stone.
Yeah, and then
But
they
then
didn't care.
they're on the plane with the Mind Stone.
And they're attacking them.
Yeah. So there was just so many holes in the episode. But,
And
like,
that they just, I mean, they started coming in at all, right? They had to fight the zombies.
yeah.
Like when they were in the hangar and stuff. It's like they were already there carrying the Mind Stone out
Exactly.
in the open, having to punch people. Like,
yeah.
yeah, so there were just problems with that one. I think that episode, but overall, I mean, I liked it. Like again, I really liked Spider-Man wearing the cape. I was a huge fan of that because I love all the Spider-Man crossover.
And then Ant-Man's head wearing the cape. He's a floating head.
Yeah.
That looked like it should have been a Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Like that scene where they were flying towards Wakanda and it showed him floating there. So I was like, this is Rick and Morty now.
Or Futurama.
or Futurama, yeah.
There was one scene where Hope grabbed onto it, the Quinjet, when they're leaving.
Yeah.
And then let go, and she threw a zombie at them.
Yeah, oh, that was funny, yeah. Like those little Chuck moments. I didn't understand why she had to die. She was also like, she went big and they couldn't get through the suit, it looked like, and they had to climb up her face and her eyes. And she like put them down, and when she put them down, they're like on her armpit, and it's like, great, now shrink to an ant size and then fly away.
Well,
Fly
she was
through
already scratched.
Still, then, who cares? She could at least take the suit off on the other side of the gate, like you said.
Yeah.
Like, you commented that she should have taken the suit off or some shit.
Because then she becomes a menace, just like Pym did, where he was tiny and you couldn't even see him. So.
And, like, that's probably how they, again, like, I was talking about how did Iron Man get bitten, and you said, like, it was probably Pym. That's probably how they got through Wakanda, too, because at the end you see Thanos just doing his, like, glove movement thing, was ominous or whatever at the end.
About to break through the barrier, like they did in Endgame, or was it Endgame?
Oh, was he outside?
He was outside the barrier.
What? It looked like he was already inside.
No,
I thought he was
I'm
inside.
pretty sure he was outside.
Regardless.
Because they showed the scene before with where all his little, whatever they're called, the aliens that were trying to break the barrier, just like in the other movie.
And regardless. I mean, if he has all the stones but the mine, he can break it anyways.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. So if he wasn't in yet, he's about to.
Yes, I mean, and what the people fighting him is Black Panther missing a leg, the head of Ant-Man and Spider-Man.
Yeah, and that's only if they do the time warp that every animated thing do, where he just stands outside the bubble until they get there.
Yeah.
So it's like, realistically, he would just walk in and eat everyone. So, I mean, I don't know. Where would you rate it right now? Like, compared to the others?
That episode?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember all the episodes.
There's Captain Britain. Loki, where all the Avengers die.
Yeah.
And Loki becomes supreme. The third one, what's the third one? What was the third one?
This is episode 5, right?
Black Panther.
Oh, Black Panther
he
being
becomes
Star-Lord. Yeah, right.
And then Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah, Doctor Strange going evil, where hopefully we'll see him again, and then this one.
Doubt it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, he's a zombie.
No, he's alone now.
No,
this episode, he's a zombie now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do we even...
Which means
Do
he
we
could
see
portal
him?
in to Wakanda.
Do we see him?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
at the very beginning.
conquering
okay.
With Iron Man and
Wong or whatever.
Wong.
Oh, got you. My brain's just so
Head.
long.
decapitated.
Yeah.
Wong's so awesome, man. Wong's even in Shang-Chi. You know, even though he doesn't really belong there at all and is kind of weirdly there, but...
He's just there, like, middle and then the end.
Yeah, I think the middle is just to make it so it's okay that he was at the end.
Yeah.
Because the middle part made no sense at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't seen it, so we won't go too far into that, I guess. But we didn't still like rate it. Did you like it? Like,
Yeah, I liked it. Like, it was, like, I like martial arts movies. So, fan of that. Like you said, it didn't really feel like a Marvel movie, but it was still a good movie.
I heard that movie got banned in China.
did it really?
Yep.
For what?
For
Oh yeah, do you know? Here, let me look
what's his
it up.
name? What the? I forgot his name, but
I don't know who
The main character?
no, it's not the main character. It's one of the wizards or whatever the.
Wong?
No.
the main dude, the main evil dude,
No.
a side
I
dude.
think it was one of the.
Oh, it's its connection.
Yeah.
So the main villain, the dad,
there you go.
the dad and main villain. I don't know how much the ads he's seen, so he might not know. But the dad slash not even main villain necessarily, misguided person is I guess how they really want him shown. The character he's playing was originally like in the comics. Shang-Chi's father is Fu Manchu. Like the really racist Asian thing. And so they changed that in the comics, I'm pretty sure, as well. But I think Shang-Chi also isn't a character they pull from all the time. So it probably wasn't like a full rewashing of its history type deal. And they didn't, they made this one the father, like the leader of the Ten Rings and the Mandarin, which is a recanonization because the Mandarin was like a main villain of Iron Man.
Yeah.
So they changed that. But, other than that, I guess I didn't know it was banned. It's a little weird too, because this was people who like did it wrong before and are now, basically spent like hundreds of millions of dollars to like do right by the culture.
Right or wrong.
Yeah, so it is interesting to still be judged. It seemed like they did a lot of work to try and get the cultural moments right as best they could, and they pulled the myth. I keep looking at you, but you haven't seen it. I don't know why. But yeah, they pull from the myth. They pull, they make the aesthetic and stuff, and they do the fight scenes, like the old martial arts style fight scenes, the movies where it goes slow and they're like talking while they're fighting almost, they do some of those and they throw them in there. I thought they did them fairly well.
Yeah.
I think the problem is, yeah, for us it didn't fit Marvel totally, but I thought it fit. I didn't think China would be like, fuck that, that looks terrible, and like ban it. Like, that sucks a little bit, because I think that that father is actually like a big star in Eastern movies. I thought, like from what Bella was telling me, he's like a well-known name and face in a lot of Eastern like cinema. So that would suck then if he's like the character he's playing is banned and he's a big celebrity in there. He's probably getting a shit ton of backlash right now. Then.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him because he did a great role. On our side, we're praising him, saying he did this amazing job.
Yeah.
Man, China's another world.
It really is.
What is that? The second movie they banned on Disney?
Oh, no, they've banned so many. They've forwardly banned them to have Disney change things.
Mulan. Did they ban Mulan?
Oh, did they?
I think so.
There's a huge backlash to it. I know it was taken as like misappropriation and done really terribly, and China hated it. I don't think it was banned because I think it was shown in China for them to hate it. But yeah, they were not fans of Mulan either. Yeah, China's just a hard market. It's one of those things where like I didn't know, like there's numbers that people have in their heads of movie theaters in a state. So that when you put a movie in there, you can see what it's doing. And apparently China is like double the triple our movie theater amount. So it's understandable that a lot of movie cinema groups are trying to get their movies in China. There's a lot of people going to movies all the time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cinemas and theaters for them to fill, and China's a very dense populated area. It's a good market. But it's like, man, China's kind of like that child that cries every time you look at it. But it's like a king child, and if you make it cry, your head gets chopped off.
Well, now your head's gonna get chopped off.
Fuck you, China. Fuck China. But so it's like I don't necessarily it's hard to do, and if you're gonna do any movie that deals with like Eastern culture, it's like you're almost better off just not trying. It just seems like I don't know what they're doing wrong. That's kind of the hard part too.
Right.
Like I mean, for this one, it's the connection to an old character, and if it's just that, then I feel like that's a bit too much. I feel like they should definitely just give that a chance, and it shouldn't be banned because they changed the entire role of the father to be kind of like this misunderstood person who found love, and it was like take it, and it was like this whole, it was a nice story for him actually.
Yeah.
Like, so at the end, it's not like he was a villain to be like martyred as like, oh, these evil Chinese people or some shit. It's like, I don't even know what they're portraying. If everything they're doing, like, I don't know what the mystical world, all the creatures they pulled from, if that was all only Chinese mythology even. I don't even know. I haven't looked at videos yet.
Well, they had the I forgot what it's called.
The food dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, those things are the sickest, one of the sickest mythical animals ever, other than like a hippogriff. Food dogs are awesome. Is that when you go in front of like a Chinese restaurant or something, or someone's house, you know, like the lion dog things?
Oh, no.
The ones that have like the manes and look like, yeah. Those are mythical creatures.
That's what they're called?
Food dogs. That's probably not. Let's be honest. If there's a dude named Fu Manchu, I don't think Fu Dog is probably the greatest term. I really doubt if that's the name. I'm sure if I look it up right now, it's a really racist term.
If you know, then comment down below.
Please comment down below and don't scream at me. I'm just gonna Google it now.
If not, that's what I'm going to be calling it.
But that, like, that thing, yeah, that creature. Names and the Chinese food dogs, FOO dog, Chinese food dog lions, or shishi, are also referred to as Imperial Guardian Lions. There you go. Let's do that. That sounds better.
Imperial.
I'm not gonna fuck up the shishi language. I don't know how to say that.
Imperial Guardian
Lions. Yeah. So the Imperial Guardian Lions, those things, those are awesome. Those are, like, if that was ever a real creature or something, and someone brought that from Mythi and it was just, you know, died out and we just don't know, that's an amazing creature. Jeez. Like, yeah, shit like that, you know. I understand why China gets annoyed. There was a whole, the yellow fever period where everyone was really against Asians. Just like there is the Irish Catholic, like, period where everyone hated Irish Catholic people. It's just easier for white people to blend in. It's like, so they get less paid.
Yeah.
It's like, if you have a darker skin color or you have any different physical features, I mean, you're screwed. So it's like, Irish people got it lucky even if they got discriminated. It's like, it was bad, but it could have been so much worse. It's like, so it's like, I'm not surprised with all this shit that we're going back to Marvel's history, and it's like, all their martial arts characters are like racist representations of stuff. It's like, I'm not surprised. It's like just going into Disney's history at all. It's like, oh, that's racist. Oh, there's Mickey laughing at a black guy, that's racist. This is racist. It's like going down Disney's history lane is like, racing someone on either side. What are you doing, Steven?
I'm looking at what mythological creatures they had.
Okay, because they had the nine-tail.
Yeah,
I
they
saw that. That was a
apparently
nine-tailed fox.
phoenixes.
Which I'm guessing is now
I'm
that I
sure
say
that's
it out
what it
loud. Naruto, the QB.
Hmm.
Huh.
Or Ninetales from Pokemon.
Vulpix, right?
Oh, Ninetales.
Oh, it's just called Ninetales?
Well, the Vulpix evolves into Ninetales.
Oh, Vulpix is a cooler name. Less on the nose, if you ask me. But yeah, I should go back to my own nose.
I summon Ninetales.
Wait, it's only got 6. Shut up, it's the name!
Apparently they had phoenixes.
Oh yeah, they fly. Yeah. You see them for a split second when you first enter. They're just like burning birds. I didn't realize they were phoenixes, but yeah, they are
And then this article also
birds
says,
on fire. They just didn't look like they were made of fire. So just like,
and then this article also says that they had strange looking horses.
Damn, that's pretty mythical.
all right. I don't remember those, but I'll put in.
They look kind of like the Kieran from that was in Monster Hunter World.
Okay.
They're in that ice area, the new area.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you know.
That's right, because you got stuck
Oh my god.
at the very beginning.
You would have hated. He would have hated the Kieran.
Yeah, it was hard.
Hated it. It was basically just a horse. It was a unicorn. It's a horse with a horn on the front, but it does bigger hooves. It's a bit more, I guess we would say like masculine looking or something. But it's lightning. Like everywhere it walks and moves, just lightning strikes on it over and over and over and over again, and it can call lightning rolls down. It's like you have to keep dodging the entire. That was the biggest pain in the world killing that thing. Monster Hunter World is a really great game, but oh my god, yeah, some of the monsters will piss you off.
Yeah, especially the
Monsters
flying
are
ones.
The game just pissed me off.
Yeah, you only found one fucking monster, and then when you tried to find your second, you couldn't even get it.
And the only one you fought was the most basic one. There's the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was just the flying bird one with the nest.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Rathalos or Raytheon or whatever.
You never got to facing like the big flying creatures that were super annoying.
Oh, yeah, like the end bosses for each expansion. Some were crazy. There's one that was like full mud and stuff, and it looked like it wasn't mud. It was like normal armor, and you break it, and then all the mud and shit broke off, and it was like rainbow colored and super bright, and started shooting lasers everywhere at you, and like it gets intense later on, man.
Yeah.
But it's so fun. And then when you finish it, you just go back, and you can go to the Pookie and one-shot it.
Yep.
Oh, the Pookie.
Long ass tongue, just fucking flapping everywhere. Yeah. That was one of the games I wish we got into, but yeah, it just didn't work out.
I mean, like you, me, and Mitchell got into it, but then Mitchell thought the game was over after like the first or second area.
Oh yeah, he just stopped.
Yeah.
And then he moved on to another game, and he's like, well, I'm already playing another game now. And I was like, I mean, I get that. It's like such a single player game, but man, there's still like, we've done like a third of the game. There's still so much to this. Because it just has these weird chapters where like, they just don't really tell you, like you finish it, and there's just nothing really to do, or to tell you. And then you go and you'll find someone that might have a quest that leads it, or sometimes you have to go wait a little bit and like go out and you hunt a couple monsters, and then they're like, oh, now you've found enough tracks of these other random monsters. Now we've found this other new monster, so you should go find his tracks. And then you go running around an area forever following tracks, like digging them up, looking at them, or whatever, until your bar fills up, and then you go hunt a new monster finally.
Yeah.
Although sometimes it's a lot easier, they just appear. You don't have to track them. Those ones are the best ones.
Yeah.
You like Dauntless, but
The fight with the what I don't remember which one it was, but the one where it falls down the waterfall, that one was really fun.
falls down the waterfall.
When you trip.
You have to like it falls down the waterfall, and you have to, or maybe
Oh,
it
the
starts
water
at the
breaks
end of the
through.
waterfall, something. Because I remember you jumped down a giant cliff.
Is it the one with flying ones?
I think so.
Yeah, its nest is in front of like a thing that it can break. I think you can break your little bomb barrel or whatever. Yeah, and the water floods out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. To be honest, I hated that actually. I was always caught in that thing.
Oh wow.
I would run in there hitting it with fucking melee weapons, and someone would go use a barrel and blow up the goddamn wall, and then I would just be in the middle of the area, and I wouldn't be fast enough to run out, and I would get pulled down with the dragon, and just land and be like, all right, I'm dead. It's like, this thing's just gonna get up before me and step on me now. That game was irritating. Oh. Man, so Disney, I was watching actually some of these things. So there's some really expensive roller coasters, like Expedition Everest is like the famous, ridiculous one because they had to build a whole mountain or something for it. There's a Winnie the Pooh ride that cost more than Expedition Everest, and it uses that same track for the Star Wars ride we were on, where there's like track lists and shit. Whatever. I don't remember who I was there with.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Everyone, I don't know. It's like feels so long ago. We were able to go to Disney all the time. The Rise of the Resistance ride, where it's trackless, it has that same system. And this Winnie the Pooh ride that takes you on a journey through the story of Winnie the Pooh cost something like, I think it was over $120 million using the other dark track system. That was like pioneered and then brought over, I think, to Star Wars and stuff after. So it's like they tried it out in Winnie the Pooh, which is like one of the most expensive rides now, apparently, in Disney Tokyo.
That's crazy. Now I want to ride it.
It looks good, to be honest. People should look up videos if you want, but all the characters are like animatronics for it look good. Winnie the Pooh like rides with you, kind of like on a balloon above you the entire time. You're moving around the track, and, like spinning around, seeing stuff, and like it's interesting. It's weird how much money Disney is spending while still crying wolf here, we're going broke.
Yeah.
To me, where it's like they've spent so much fucking money in all these goddamn places in other countries, and in California they're like, you've had us closed for a while. And it's like, man, you're literally still building like $100 million rides in other countries now.
They're building that roller coaster in I think it was in Epcot.
Yeah.
I don't know, what was Marvel?
I think so. I don't
and
remember
then
either.
the food,
The restaurant, yeah.
and when you're in space.
Oh yeah, when it rises up.
Yeah.
See, why does Disney get to do that? Why do they get to like? They fire a lot of people, and people are like, no, don't fire musicians and stuff. And they get sad, a lot of people like go, and then Disney's like, oh, it's the city's fault. And then in another country they can spend like $1 billion, and then in ours they're like, okay, we'll hire back 8 of you, and then everyone goes, yeah, and everyone's super happy they hired some of the people back.
Yeah.
And then Disney will keep releasing numbers like, oh, we're at like 50% workers now again, and you're like, and everyone's like cheering for it, and it's like, no, what? What? It's like Japan wasn't letting this shit happen when they closed their fucking area and stuff for a while, and they had the probably Olympics and shit. It was like they were going to hell. And it was like, what? It's like, how are you spending money and doing random shit in other countries, or how are you closed in other countries and not allowed to say shit? But here you're getting all pissy.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't get it. It's like the public perception for Disney is so damn good.
Yeah.
It's like they can fire half their workers and just be fine.
I heard the Main Street Parade is going to be.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Never went to the
There's like a
parade.
little Oogie Boogie Bash parade, I think.
Yeah.
When I was watching one of the YouTube little channels, Magic Journeys, whatever it was, I only watched for like 5 minutes of it, but yeah, it showed a bunch of the villains going through and doing different other songs and shit for the Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yeah, man, I haven't seen the parade since I was like 10. Every time since I've just avoided the parade to avoid the crowd.
Yeah. And it's always really annoying too when you need to cut across and you kind of forgot, and it's like at the start where everyone's lining up, but you can still walk across, like they're lining, but everyone's just a big wall.
Yeah.
Hate that shit.
I remember the night one.
But they had like
parade.
the buildings lit up and stuff.
Yeah, and then Peter's dragon. What was that? The green dragon.
Yeah, Pete or something.
Pete's
the
dragon or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, something. They had the movie somewhat recently, a couple years
live
ago.
action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, so you're not talking about like the purple one, like Imagination or whatever his name was.
No.
No, it was a green. Dragon.
No one remembers the Imagination one.
What, the...
Purple dragon.
All I think now is Dragon Tales.
It might be that dragon. Might be that one. I forget what the Dragon Tales name was for that one though. But yeah, I mean, he's like the most forgotten Disney character, so people make videos of all the time. Cause there are like pins for him at every pin location. There's signs for him around sometimes when you're walking around Disney above and everything. You'll see little images of him. No one knows who he is. You walk around all of Disney and you can ask people who's that dragon. No one will give you a name. It's like he's like one of the most forgotten Disney characters that's still like everywhere. And they put him out because he's, just a nice, jolly, good dragon, magical still. It fits the dragon fairy tale life still.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just funny. They have something still so front and center. It's like they can't get people to remember alike. They're probably not going to make a movie for him anytime soon.
It's not like if anyone knows who he is.
Yeah, I thought his name was Imagination or some shit like that. Did you guys? I'm gonna look that up to be sure. Did you guys see the new Matrix?
Yep. Resurrections or whatever.
Yeah, that looked intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sad no Morpheus though.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he's there.
Yeah, but it's not Lawrence Fishburne, bro.
Yeah, it's reportedly the black dude that's in it. Oh, his name's Figment. There we go.
Yeah.
Figment. Yeah, he's the purple one. He's there as a young one. People are all confused on the internet too when they're breaking down this video. Like one of the groups I watch, New Cinema, I think. He does a lot of the really in-depth Marvel theories where he goes into it. He reads the comic books. He's like a really big researcher type person. And he commented when the ad came out for Matrix Reloaded or Revolution, whatever it was, that he was like, so, most people don't realize this, but Matrix is the reason I make YouTube videos. My first one, if you like to scroll back, is Matrix. And he's like, this is what I've been waiting for. And you just saw him, he's like breaking down every frame. And you'd like something pause and be like, so this is actually, and he'd like talk for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the video, and he'd like do it, and he'd like unpause and be like, oh, and that's pause, and this one, and he'd like go again, and it's like a 45-minute video of him breaking down this like 2-minute ad. It's a deep ad, man. There's parts where you see in the advertisement old like Matrix movies, like they're watching the old Matrix movie in the theater that they cut through and they're fighting in. And it's like, people are saying it looks like Neo's like a filmmaker, and so the character in his memories are him playing an acting role in the Matrix. And that's how they're getting him to like think this is normal life again. That's like the in-depth because they couldn't erase the memories and shit. And this was like part of his peace treaty was that there was an option to leave.
Oh, right
at the end, yeah, like humans were allowed to leave this like the program if they wanted or something. But then he's clearly been put back into it. But they clearly can't just do whatever they want with him and affect him because he can override all their code and shit. Yeah. So it's like they're making him stay in it. So now, yeah, people are saying maybe it looks like he's a filmmaker / actor in the Matrix. So it's extremely meta, and that he thinks in the Matrix he made those films, which Keanu Reeves did make those films, but Neo didn't, and that's just Neo's life. But Neo thinks he made those films.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
And like, yeah, people think like the reason that it shows him like more souped up and everything is that maybe there's an AI built in with him and Trinity to like keep them there now.
Yeah.
And that's why like Neil Patrick Harris is there with all the blue glasses. Like maybe he's the AI. And like it's so in depth and all this stuff. And then people say maybe it's like a dream in a dream because the chick that's like, oh, you need to follow me through the light. Her hair color is blue instead of the red, like everyone else when they're like getting free of the Matrix and outside and stuff. So it's like
follow the white rabbit.
Yeah, and like all this stuff and that's down the rabbit hole, which has changed like meanings now multiple times to be a good and bad thing, stuff that you don't even know. So it's like people have been going crazy over this trailer. Jeez. Like, oh, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Like, did it get you guys excited? Like, by the time?
Yeah, that's Keanu Reeves.
It's John Wick.
John Wick.
Yeah, he looks like John Wick now. But yeah, I didn't like. Do you guys remember a lot of the Matrix?
Hell yeah.
Like, I really don't remember those last two movies. Or last movie. Last movie.
I'll have to rewatch them.
Yeah, see, I don't remember a lot of the last movie other than he was, like, blinded, and he fought, and he hooked himself up at the end of the mega computer and talked to Deus Ex. They gave that name because it's every philosophical and every goddamn English writer ever wants to call every AI Deus Ex because they're assholes. But so they call it that, and it's supposed to, like, shut off, but, like, let people leave and, like, live peacefully. But I don't know how that... Like, how did that happen? Can you explain that anything? Do you remember?
Well, he had to kill Agent Smith.
Okay.
That was part of the agreement. If he kills him, then people are allowed to leave the Matrix.
Oh, so the AIs had lost control.
Yeah, of
that's
the
right.
program.
Agent Smith had been going crazy.
They lost control of him because he kept making copies of himself.
Yeah.
And just part of that deal was where if he kills them, people were allowed to leave. If not, I think they were going to erase the entire Matrix.
So did he kill him?
Yeah, he ended up killing him. He let himself be copied, which then the
like merged it or something.
Yeah, and when they merged, the computers or whatever, they pumped some, like, I guess you could call it an antivirus, and just killed everyone.
Oh, and killed all the agents.
Killed all the agents.
Okay, by using Keanu as like the source
like
code,
a
like a
source.
spot.
Yeah.
Okay. I really need to watch that movie.
I need to rewatch like all of them.
Because I just know, he was blinded during the fight at some point, and then he became extra ninja, and then he could just like
you could see just code, I guess.
he like turned into Daredevil.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the
Yeah.
Daredevil movie? The one everyone hates and says is terrible.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It has like all the scenes with like rain in it, and you can like see the people's face when it rains and stuff. It's terrible.
The TV show is a lot better.
Yeah. Because who's that? It's Ben Affleck. It was Ben Affleck and Jennifer Gardner, I think, whatever her name is, fucking as Elektra. And they had these Evanescence scenes, like the band, where they would be like raging, and then it's the background, and it shows Elektra's like getting ready, like punching and kicking at nothing and stuff, and like doing nowhere, and then it would show like Daredevil getting ready, doing the same, like, putting on a mask, and it would just be like these intense Evanescence scenes, and then it would just show one of them like on a rooftop doing nothing. And it was like all this build up for nothing, and it was like, what the fuck? God. That movie was so weird. I used to, like, in my head, I thought that movie was so great. And then Bella, like, a YouTube clip washed up, and it was like, why this movie's fucking terrible? And it was the Daredevil movie, and I was like, oh, I thought I remember liking that movie as a kid. And Bella was like, all right, let's watch it. And she clicked onto it, and then after watching it, I was like, wow, yeah, that movie fucking sucked. Like, that was terrible. The writing's terrible. Everyone just says these weird lines. Like, Ben Affleck, every time it cuts to him on a rooftop, because he's having these moral dilemmas of how hard, like, should he kill people or not, he goes, I'm not the bad guy. I'm not the bad guy! And he's just like yelling at the city below. And he just does it like 5 times throughout the movie. It's really weird. And he tells it as a kid when he like beats someone up in front of a kid and the kid's like all scared and he's like, I'm not the bad guy, kid. And he like runs off and it's like, now you are, you just scared the shit out of this little kid. That movie was weird.
And then he became Batman.
Yeah.
And then he lost Batman.
And he did lost.
Jesus Christ. Here's an interesting... We're borderline political with this, but it's more interesting. So there was a Texas abortion law. That's crazy and nuts and ridiculous. But the Satanic Temple.
Huh?
Lovely people. The Satanic Temple is a non-God thing or whatever. Like they don't believe in gods, but they are religion, kind of like Buddhism necessarily. Like sects of Buddhism don't believe in the chakra spiritual side. They just believe in like the teaching side of it. It's still considered religion, and they have tenets, and it is legally recognized by the United States government as a legit religion. And one of the things they have in their ceremonies is an abortion ceremony.
What?
Where they, as part of they take abortion medication as part of the ceremony. And it normally is like taken with other medication to make it safe, but it's this whole ceremony of like not continuing life in bad time. It's this whole long thing in the tenets or something.
So they make a party out of it?
No, it's like a ceremony, like it's like a ritual, like a really respected thing type of deal. And so they are fighting the Texas abortion law using using its Religious Freedom of Restoration Act rights that was normally used through Native American populations for the allow of access to hallucinogenics like peyote. So they're using their religious rights to try and fight the abortion law, which was pushed by religious people trying to fight for religious rights.
That's religion versus religion.
Now, yeah. And Satanic Temples won multiple cases across the U.S. For their freedom and rights to pursue their religion, and they have a good chance now if that's been a part of their like system and rituals for a long time, and their tenets have been listed as a recognized government religion, so they would be there. So if that is one of their tenets, they would fall under the area of getting an allowance, like a pass of buying abortion medication. And then people were joking like, well, now just all of Texas is going to be under the Satan's temple, I guess now.
Oh my god.
It's like, it's just interesting. Like, we live in a time now where and granted, the Satan's temple, this one, as I did read up a little bit on, they're not like blood oaths and things like that. Their tenets are actually kind of interesting. I had some little guides. It was like humans are fallible and stuff, and like if you make a mistake, you need to always try to fix it and not like hide it. And like they had all these decent tenets, like one should try to act with compassion and empathy toward all creatures. The struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws of institutions. One's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. The freedoms of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of another is to forego one's own. And it goes on. A lot of them are just like beliefs should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. Even like they have like these really decent tenets all the time. Every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in actions and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written or spoken tenet. They even have things saying, don't go by our tenets if this is an evil tenet.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like, they're actually this weird, and I'm not promoting, for anyone listening on YouTube, I'm, like, not religious at all. So I'm not promoting this, but it's an interesting time we're living in now where we're having basically, the Christian group of pro-life, I guess, that's the term for it, pro-life and, like, anti-abortion versus the satanic temple of, I guess, I don't know, they have compassion 15 times. I don't know, compassion and justice and choice and freedom or something, and for their religion. And now it's just religion versus religion.
God.
And so they're taking it to court. Like, they're pursuing legal action against the state.
Wow.
Intense. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was.
Like, these wild times, man. There's one religion against the other now based on... I mean, and that is true, right? Like, if we're doing this thing where we have full religious exemptions for everything, like, you could just make a religion, and as long as it's accepted by the government, that it's just, like, you can kind of do whatever you want then-ish?
Yeah,
Like,
to a
there was,
certain
like,
point.
There was, like, a famous case for this dude that was in prison, and he was part of this weird cult that, like, drank blood, and people were denying it to him, but his body had grown to accept it over time, and he was having withdrawals without it, and so the prison allowed it, and they went to a hospital, and they're like, do you have blood you can supply us with for him to drink for his religious ceremonies? And they let him do that for his religious ceremonies, where, like, once a month he could have, like, drink his blood for his religion.
Wow.
And it's like religion exemptions go decently far as long as you're not harming anyone. And the larger the religion, the more likely the exemption is more likely to harm people, right? Like, that was one dude getting blood from a hospital necessarily, but religious exemptions go far. It'll be interesting to see if this is like an actual religion battle.
Yeah.
And then everyone can just join. It's like, you wanted to get an abortion, just go over to the Satan's temple. Religious people would hate that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Feel like that.
Like, so again, I'm not a religious person, so to me, it's just for that image, is a like exact image of what religious people view as it, basically. Like, like abortion people are like committing sin, and Satan and stuff is getting in their hearts and everything. So it's like,
So crazy.
yeah, that's where wordage is more weird than reality necessarily.
Yeah.
Just because the title of their name. If we just called them the Compassion, Wise, and Justice Group, which is like the main terms of their thing, everyone would be like, yeah, bro, do the abortions. Like, they wouldn't really care.
Yeah.
But it's like, because it's a satanic temple. It's a weird thing.
What the fuck? It's crazy.
Borderline political. Oh yeah, we're not getting his views for abortion of that, but I just thought it was so interesting having that battle, I guess. I know religious groups battle, and especially in other countries when like Middle Eastern necessarily, like now Afghanistan, because I guess they're gonna go back to a religious rule probably. But where the minor religion in a religiously ruled country constantly clash. We don't have that as much here. We kind of have religions clashing with each other, but no one's supposed to be, like...
Yeah.
Like, there's a majority, but no one's supposed to be more powerful, necessarily.
Yeah.
So it is a weird thing, though. Yeah, we don't often have these little, like, clicks and clacks of religions. Normally it's like, you do you and I'll do me. Like, stay away.
Like, I respect you.
Yeah, like religious freedom, bro. And he's like, yeah, bro. And they walk into their churches and they do whatever they do in secret. Like, it's like... So it's just interesting now that we're getting to points where some groups do actions that another group denies, and it's like now you're having fights. This is clearly not keeping fucking separation of church and state anymore, getting to it, where it's like, there's not many doctors that support the 6-week rule as a heartbeat rule. I'm sure there are heartbeat periods there's stuff you can listen to, or you can just pay attention to the baby necessarily, I guess, and I don't know if there's an exact date even.
Yeah.
So you could just figure that out and be like, no, we're past. Like when they do in the pregnancy, where they're like, no, it's past, we can't give you pain medication, we need to have the pregnancy now.
Right.
It's like too late for the epidural. It's like, there could be that moment, sad, there could be that moment, I guess, but it's like, oh my god, shit's going crazy, to the point where, we're having religions over sect now. So it's just interesting. I mean, people who aren't even religious like me, who don't even have, like, a foot in the door, or, like, a voice in the fight, it's like, I'm sitting on the side as a guy just going, yeah, just let women do whatever, I guess. This isn't really my fight. Like, just let women do it, whatever. And then it's just, like, two religions going out like bulls fucking fighting each other. It's like, I don't know. Crazy times. I don't know. Don't think I'm getting pretty late. The only other thing that I had, I think, even the lights want us to end. Jesus. That I had. How do you guys feel about the Star Wars anime thing?
Oh, it looks crazy.
Because I didn't see that trailer 3 weeks ago. So when I
Man,
saw it,
did
I
you
like
see
posted.
that weird lightsaber.
Oh, there's so many
The
weird
spinning
things.
one?
spinning one,
Yeah,
yo.
the one
They
that was
had-
like, it was like a staff and they came out
Yeah,
like
it was
6.
There's like an umbrella.
Yeah,
Yeah.
umbrella. That's a great term. It was, the prongs of an umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And then there was the chick with like 6 arms.
Yeah, she can't like greet us.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, dude.
That was super cool.
That's crazy.
I mean,
know.
it's Studio Ghibli, right? So it's
Is it all?
I'm
Studio Ghibli?
pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought I did say that there were a couple studios involved.
Well, maybe, but I
yeah,
know
that-
Studio Ghibli's like the big one.
Yeah, that's the one I keep hearing everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's gonna
And you
be
can kind of tell.
crazy.
Because there are some different art styles, but
Right.
Studio Ghibli likes to change. They totally can. But yeah, there are a couple different art styles. So I could see them having like 3 studios, but Studio Ghibli's like the main one they paid for. Like,
Yeah.
But, oh man, it looks so cool. Even the black and white looking one where they had like old fashioned samurai and stuff.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that's-
the samurai like katana draw. That
yeah.
was,
Oh, it looks so good.
yeah, I'm stoked. It's coming out in like 9 days, 10 days.
I will say.
Already?
Yeah.
Oh,
Power wise, that seems like a bit of a waste if his lightsaber is just on 24/7 and sheathed. I
Yeah.
feel like he could just turn it off.
I like the I like the ode to the sword stopping hand
with
clap
the
with the force.
Oh yeah,
That was
you
sick.
know when they got that, they were like,
That's sick.
"We're doing that." Like
Yeah.
that was an image they had in their head, and they're like, "We're doing this."
Yeah,
That's some form of doing that. That's crazy,
Yeah.
yo.
Yeah,
no, I'm stoked. I don't even know where it's coming out. In theaters or is it a movie or is it a TV show? I don't know.
Oh,
TV shows, isn't it?
it's like episodes of TV shows. Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
just said stories created by like things. So I don't know if there's like a couple in a row that are congruent, and there's maybe some standalones or whatnot. I don't know. You'd have to like Google that. I didn't research that enough. But we should have researched that
Is that
more.
just coming on Disney Plus?
It's on Disney Plus.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not going on cable.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I brought this up to Steven, I guess. Did you hear the Walmart CEO was trying to build like a
Yeah.
the $500 billion city?
God. It's supposed to be like 10 minutes from like
Yeah,
work or
always
whatever.
like he wanted the same rules that like that rumors were Disney had for things like trash cans, where it's like
Yeah.
Disney said like he didn't want people to take more than 15 steps for a trash can or whatever, and he wanted things like that before work, and which the same principles Irvine was done with. You weren't supposed to travel more than like 10 minutes to a grocery store, and that's
Yeah.
basically what they did. And it's like, but he wants his like vertical. He wants his environmentally friendly. He wants his to
Yeah.
have green energy with like wind power built in, which is there is this amazing design. I think it's maybe Sweden. I can't remember. It's one of the Nordic areas. It's like in the front of their country, like on the waterfront. It's like the utmost point. It gets the most wind. They wanted to put this big architectural piece that is basically like a bunch of gardens and stuff you can kind of walk through. But on the outside, there's all these like little wind fans, and it's just built like 50 stories tall. So it's like a relaxed area, this vertical park of grass and green area and stuff that like things reflect to and get light into. But it also powers itself and powers part of the city it's in because it gets so much wind energy. So then it's just sitting there, and they've been like slowly building to it, adding to funds and stuff to like make this huge 50-story one. But they've tried it in like smaller segments to like see if it actually works powers. And it's like it does. And so they want to put these buildings, they're like vertical parks for people that are also power hubs.
Did they say where they were gonna build that?
No, I mean I don't know. It's like on the waterfront.
Jesus Christ.
So it's like when you're out and going out, you'd be able to see like the water and shit, and like it's cool designs. Like people are now realizing like, yeah, we have skyscrapers. Why didn't we put like fans and like wind power shit on them to give the skyscrapers some goddamn energy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're getting to a point like, why do we have New York that has like wind speeds of like 80 miles per fucking hour or something when you're getting up to the high, like the 30th floor and above, but nobody wants to put an energy fan outside any of the windows. It's like the amount of wind energy they could be doing there, because they basically made a wind alley with buildings. Like the
Yeah.
amount of energy they could be producing is probably more than we are in the open flat valley land that we have.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Well, it's gaudy probably. Wouldn't want it there. Jesus Christ. Wow. That'll look crazy. I don't know. I mean, I'd be excited to see it get built, but it probably won't be built in our lifetime.
Yeah. Because you said they're still looking for funding.
Yeah, he has an architect that's drawn up the plans apparently. So they did do the math architectural end of it, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they've done that part, but it's they need funding for
I
different
saw like a
sectors.
concept art. It looked like you were in the middle of a desert.
Yeah, I think he wants cheap land. He basically wants to turn it into an oasis. He wants, I think, to use and utilize the energy in wind and things that aren't being used to create basically an oasis. I think that's basically his idea. Using thermal energy and wind energy itself to create the energy you need, and you can kind of pocket an oasis for cheap. I mean,
in the desert, and you happen to be in the desert, dying of thirst. It won't be a mirage.
no, it'll be there.
It'll actually be there.
It'll be like one of those ghost towns they have in North Korea. You know, where they build those fucking huge malls and no one's in there. Jesus Christ. But now, we'll fucking end it there, I guess. 'Cause, yeah, that was crazy. That was one of the other weird things I saw in the news. Yeah, that in the church. That was that title. I couldn't get that news title out of my head. I had to write that down and bring that podcast. The Satanic Temple against, like, the church in the state of Texas. Crazy. Alright. We'll end it there. Yeah. Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.
Bye.